What is up, guys? Sumi here with ThoughtCast, and today I'm going to be telling you about the number one person that's going to stab you in the back. That's right. There is a person out there that will try to ruin your life if you let them. And this person actually can be good, but sometimes they end up being our worst enemy, and they have the power to do so. Look, you're going to go through life, and people are going to betray you over and over again. You got to get used to it. That's life. People are going to lie to you. People are going to steal from you. People are going to do unimaginable things to you. You can do so much good to somebody, but they'll hold on to one thing that they don't like about you and magnify that and use that to bring you down. That's how people are. People are selfish. We're all selfish by nature, but that doesn't make us bad. Being selfish is not necessarily a negative characteristic. It's good in a lot of ways. You're focused on yourself, but when you do something to hurt somebody else in order to get something that you want and you don't necessarily deserve, that's where it becomes bad. And people will do this to you in life. There will be people in your life that will try to derail your success, that will try to distract you from you reaching your highest potential. And these people are the ones that you have to watch out for. In order for you to avoid the betrayal, you have to be focused on your mission and make sure that you're cutting these people out. But there is that number one person out there that can betray you and they can destroy all your success. This one person is someone that we think is our friend. We think that they're our ally. But a lot of times they are not. They end up holding us back from reaching our full potential. And the worst part about this one person is that we don't suspect. We don't think it could ever be them. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But the reality is they are the ones that have the strongest level of influence in our lives. And that one person is ourselves. Let's talk about how we betray ourselves, because this happens a lot more times than you think. See, there's a number of ways you can betray yourself. And I'm not going to go into every single category, but in business, you can hold yourself back from not reaching your highest potential. You can give into the laziness. You can accommodate your shortcomings in business by not allowing yourself and not pushing yourself to do the work that needs to be done. You gotta understand, in business, in your life, you are the boss. You are the boss of your own life. But that also means that you are employee number one. And as a result of this, you cannot fire employee number one. In this scenario in life, employee number one has to stay. And when you can't fire an employee, you are forced to make sure this employee is good. If they are not good, they are a permanent detriment to your business and to your life. So because you're employee number one and because you're the boss, you have to be on top of yourself at all times. And if you are not, you will end up holding yourself back. You will end up betraying and robbing your business from the success that it needs. Your financial stability, your growth in life in a financial aspect, in a job aspect, in a career aspect is determined by you. And yes, there are some confounding variables with your boss or your organization, but at the end of the day, if you are working hard, if you are doing what you need to do, you will get very far. If you are holding yourself back, you're your own worst enemy. In friendships, a lot of times we feel like we don't choose our friends, but guess what? We do choose our friends. I don't care who says it or what they say. We end up betraying ourselves by choosing the wrong people to hang out with. When you choose to hang around negative people, guess what? You become negative. If you hang around by the ocean, you're going to get wet. If you hang around by the barbershop, you're probably going to have a nice haircut. And if you hang around with negative people, you're probably going to have negative habits. And you end up betraying yourself and holding yourself back from really being happy because you don't want to be alone, because you want to fit into the social circle, because these people are telling you this, that, and third. If all your friends are going to do negative things, that naturally inclines you to do those things more so if they were not to. And this is going to sound really bad, but the majority of friends that end up stabbing you in the back, that's usually your fault. And I know that sounds harsh to hear, but you've got to take accountability because you're the one that let them in. You're the one that said, hey, I trust this person enough to be my friend, enough to come into my house, enough to do this, that, and the third. And then they stab you in the back and they hurt you because you didn't see, because you did not analyze the red flags in the relationship. And talking about red flags in relationships, let's talk about relationships. This is the biggest area we betray ourselves in. A lot of times we settle for an individual that doesn't love us, that doesn't respect us, that doesn't commit to us, and that doesn't give us the trust that we need in order to really be happy. And so in relationships, a lot of times we rob ourselves of our own happiness because we want to be with someone that's toxic, that's negative, just because it's fun and it's intimate and we don't want to be alone. But that solitude is different from loneliness. Being alone is not being lonely. And you've got to understand, in a relationship, you have to wait for the right person to come along, and you have to elevate yourself in order to find that right person instead of settling down all the time and just finding somebody that will put up with us and give us a mediocre sense of happiness. We rob ourselves of the true beauty of relationships and the true beauty of intimacy when we settle, and that's something I never want anybody to do. Last but not least, huge category here, health, fitness, and mindset. A lot of us are betraying ourselves because we're giving into our laziness. We're giving into the easy things in life. We're not necessarily doing the difficult things. But you gotta understand, working out, getting your nutrition right, reading those books, that's boring. I get it. It's not necessarily fun. For some of you out there, it's super fun. Look, I applaud you. Keep doing what you're doing. But for most of us, it's not something that we wake up and we're like, oh my God, I'm so excited to do this, because it's a task that is not necessarily fun for a lot of people. But when you cultivate the discipline and you really make it a part of your life and you make it a non-negotiable, then it becomes something that just becomes a habit and you don't even have to think about it. See, habits are things that we do that we have to allocate zero brain power to do. They're just things that we are so used to doing that we have to do them. And that's what working out, having a good mindset, and making sure your diet and nutrition are. You have to make them habits. Your health failing and your inability to maintain a healthy lifestyle is you betraying yourself. You're robbing yourself of your own long and comfortable and functional life. Look, we are the number one enemy in our life. That's the truth. We are the ones that betray ourselves the hardest. We are the ones that hold ourselves back the most. And my goal here is to tell you to be careful of yourself and to not allow yourself to hold yourself back. You know, in life, it's weird because if you choose the difficult life, life becomes easy. But if you choose the easy things in life, life becomes very difficult. The things that cause you uncomfortable growth are the ones that you need to immerse yourself in. The relationships that give you stability and structure are the ones that you must be in. And the daily rituals and habits that really build you as a person are the ones that you must align yourself with. The number one person in our life that will betray us is ourselves. So it's important for us to be loyal to ourselves, because if we can't be loyal to ourselves, how can we expect anyone else to do the same? That being said, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Please make sure to subscribe if you're new, like the video, and hit that bell notification to be updated whenever we drop a new video. We're going to be dropping a lot of content for you guys to help you improve in life, relationships, mindset, fitness, all the above. That being said, ThoughtCast out.